Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day. So let's jump right into it. Let's look at Forex Factory. Today is Friday. Okay, and we have NFP high impact news. Okay, we have NFP high impact news. As you can see, the last couple of days, the markets have been pretty much consolidating. Okay, so there wasn't much movement in the markets right there. There wasn't much movement, but yeah, so we have NFP today. That's pretty much the main news event. Okay, so we expect to see a lot of volatility. So let's jump right into the markets. So as I was saying, these last 2 days, the markets have pretty much been consolidating. So on Monday and Tuesday, we had these strong candles, and then Wednesday and Thursday, we've pretty much been in a range, both for the EU and the GU. Okay. However, so we know that we are in a pullback phase. Okay, we know that we're in a pullback, and the market has mitigated this extreme demand on EU. Okay, of course we can extend it all the way to this area as well. Okay, just for now, I'm not including it because it has already been mitigated. So I'm just looking at this. This is the extreme unmitigated demand on the daily for EU, and then for GU we still have this extreme, which is unmitigated, and right now price is reacting from this level, just above. Okay, so we are in a pullback phase. Okay, we've reached into demand in discount, and price is reacting. Okay, we've reached demand in discount, and price is reacting. Now, whether from this point onward it continues bullish, we do not know, or from this point onward it's just a consolidation so that it continues bearish, right? We don't know, so we just have to wait and see. Okay, we'll have to wait and see. So looking at the 4-hour, okay, so I'll start with the Euro USD. So looking at the 4-hour, our swing range is this. Okay, this is our swing range on the 4-hour, this one. And then since then, which is pretty much the same as the daily trend. Okay, the internal trend on the daily. So we have this is our swing high, this is our swing low. Okay, so because we're in a bullish trend, we expect that this is a weak swing high. Okay, however, at the moment price is pulling back. Okay, price is pulling back. Now we've reached the extreme. Okay, we've reached the extreme, and we've had a reaction. Now whether that reaction comes up to this area and then price continues bearish, we do not know. So we are waiting to see how price develops. Okay, but for these past few days we've been seeing that price has been pretty much consolidating. So this is the range in which price is in. So once it breaks out from that range, it's either it breaks out at the top, okay, mitigates the supply, and then continues or resumes the pullback that price is in, okay, or price will pull back to this low, okay, and then mitigate this extreme demand, okay, possibly, and then we start going up. Okay, so right now price is in this range, so may have to wait, and I guess NFP will be the news event that will kind of cause price to break out of the range. Okay, and then we'll know whether we are continuing with the bearish pullback trend, or we are now switching bullish and ready to attack the weak swing highs. And then going to the 15-minute to look at what we can expect from an intraday perspective. So from an intraday perspective, this is what we have. Clearly price is bearish, okay, and then we've had a strong pullback. So internally we are bullish, okay, internally we have been bullish, but now price has broken this internal strong low. So what that means is now we are internally bearish. So now we have full alignment, internal and swing, they're both bearish. So we expect to be going short. Okay, this is from an intraday perspective. So this is now that can go. So this internal low is now a swing, sorry, an internal break of structure, okay, and then this high, which is the highest high that led to the break of that structure. All right, so this is what we have. So that high becomes our strong internal high, and then as it stands, this becomes our weak internal low. We've already had a sizable pullback, so that is our weak internal low. So this is what we see. 15 internal, weak. Okay. So so what to expect now? What to expect? So this is what we're looking at. Now in terms of areas of supply, all of these areas have been broken. Okay, so this area has been broken. Now we could see price maybe mitigate that area. Well, it's already mitigated, so the expectation now would be either this supply to fail, okay, for that supply to fail, and then maybe within these areas, okay, to look for some kind of reaction. All right, this has already been mitigated, and this has already been mitigated as well. So everything up top has been mitigated. Okay, so this makes it somewhat tricky. So price, it's possible that price could go up all the way. Okay, take out this strong internal high. Okay, because another way to look at it is that this could be resting liquidity up there. Okay, so all of that could be resting liquidity trend line. All right, so price could come up and sweep all of this. Okay, sweep all of this before we get a reaction to the downside. Okay, so that's a possibility. So because we are bearish, okay, because we are bearish, this could be the first position. Okay, if price just to come in, have a reaction, maybe targeting these Asia lows, or maybe coming down to this extreme demand, right, that is unmitigated. However, this is not reliable, and this will likely be taken out if price is to come back all the way down. Okay, and then everything at the top here is mitigated, and we have a trend line of resting liquidity. So my expectation would be we might go up, okay, sweep all of these, and then see price come down to attack this weak internal low. Okay, so remember we have full alignment of swing and internal being bearish on the 15-minute. Okay, so once we have this, then it's a case of looking for on the lower time frames to see if there is a trade setup presented. Okay, so that will be my expectation for today. Bearish and looking for shorts. Okay, so that's it for the Euro USD. Let's look at the GBPUSD. So starting on the 4-hour. Starting on the 4-hour, let's see. So this is our break of structure. This is our swing range. We just been broken bearish. Okay. So, and then this is our internal range. Okay, which is bearish. So now we are full alignment. Swing and internal on the higher time frame is bearish. So this is our break of structure. What did I miss? This is our 4H boss. Okay, that's our 4H boss, and then that is our 4H internal week low. However, we are reacting from this area of a demand on the daily. Okay, we are reacting from this area of demand on the daily, and then price was mitigated this area of supply. We have the supply chain. We have swept these lows. Okay, and now price is kind of pushing up, so we'll have to see if price comes up and takes out that high. If it does, then expectation might be for price to continue bearish. But let's look at the details. So in terms of my 4-hour, this is my strong internal high on the 4-hour. So we have full alignment for our swing and for our internal, both bearish. Okay, so now looking at 15M for internal. 15M internal, this is my swing, and this is my swing low, because we've had a sizable pullback. That's my swing low week. Okay, and then we've mitigated this area of demand. Okay, we swept these, and then internally we've shifted bullish. Okay, internally we shifted bullish, and then this has been the range that we're in. So let's see if we broke structure internally. So this is the low, and we just broke structure. Okay, so 15M internal, we've had a break of structure, and then this initially we had this internal structure shifting bullish. Right there and right there. Okay, and then now we shifted bearish. So my internal structure is now bearish. This is my internal. So again, this is full alignment, swing and internal. Where are we? After a minute, internal, strong. Okay, and then 15M internal, weak. 15M internal, weak. All right, so this is what we have. So now we're full alignment. Swing is bearish, internal is bearish, and this is the range that we're in. Price has pulled back all the way to the top. We have price pulling back like that. Okay, so the expectation is that price will continue bearish. Okay, the expectation is that price will continue bearish. So from where? All right, so already we mitigated this area, pretty much the supply area, right? And then price has reacted from that and then came down to make this lower low. And then so from an internal perspective, internally, let's see what we have. So this is trend line. So we do have trend line being liquidated right there, and then we have this area of this Asia high as well. So we have Asia high, London high, New York high in close proximity. Okay, and all of them, they are likely going to be swept. Okay, so my expectation is that all of these are likely going to be swept, and then price could come all the way to this area of supply. 15-minute. Okay, yes, we've had a slight mitigation, and then there we had a sweep of these highs, and then price made a lower low, and then these areas nothing has happened, and then now we have Asia high. So all of these areas, so my expectation right now would be that price will continue bullish, okay, mitigate this area of supply, and then would have swept these highs, this Asia high, and then come to the extreme, and then if price is to continue bearish, then this would be the area where price will continue bearish, and my target would be these Asia lows, okay, from this area, and then maybe we have relative equal lows, so price could have a reaction, come back, take out these lows, and then maybe have another reaction, and then take out this internal weak low if price is to continue bearish, and then we also have our weak swing low as well. All right, so plenty of targets. Okay, now whether all of this will happen today, we don't know. This is an expectation. This is what I may be looking at today. Now NFP can come in and change all of this up, and then price will just switch bullish. Okay, so this is a game of probabilities. Okay, so right now everything looks aligned for a bearish setup. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for, particularly on the pound. Okay, so other than that, this is my trade idea for the day, and what I'm looking at on the pound and on the Euro USD. If you do find value in this material, please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to leave a comment, and let me know how you are using this in your own trading. Other than that, have a good day and have a great weekend. Until next week, the Working Trader out.